This shadow boxing. 14 rounds all together with this, with that, then my sit-up. I'm gonna make an example out of Tio. That's the only thing I love. I promise they got me fucked up.
Shakur Stevenson's latest training footage has rocked the boxing world. The sharpness, the intensity, the obsession feel different, almost personal heading into the Teofimo Lopez fight. From brutal dawn road work to midnight shadow boxing, the Newark native looks locked and driven and completely dialed in for war. Every movement sharp, clean, and efficient reflects what Shakur calls the SS evolution, a ruthless transformation aimed at pushing his body and mind beyond breaking points. The camp intensity has been extreme. One insider revealed, this isn't just conditioning. It's about shattering mental and physical limits. Watching him glide across the gym laser-focused and untouchable, it feels like those limits no longer exist. Stevenson isn't training just a fight. He's training to dominate, to redefine precision in the ring. Shakur never speaks loudly. His voice is calm and measured, but every word carries absolute certainty.
Now we sparred like 3 rounds. I want to say. It was cool. It was cool. It wasn't really too much to gauge from. So we got in there. I felt like I got off. He probably felt like he did something. So from my memory, I felt like I said, I know he couldn't do it.
We sparred 3 rounds. He said, recalling an earlier session with Lopez. It was cool, good memory, but I got off. He says it without ego, just calm belief. I feel like he can't beat me. The confidence is quiet, forged by years of control and calculated execution. Stevenson still gives Lopez respect, calling him flashy, athletic, and the truth. But his focus sharpens when Teofimo's flaws come up. He does a lot, well, Shakur explains, but there's basic stuff where he makes mistakes, and I'm going to capitalize. That certainty is what makes Stevenson truly dangerous when the light's brightest on fight night.
I think he's the truth. He do a lot of things well. I think he flashy. I think it's just some basic stuff. Where I feel like he make mistakes. And I think I'm going to capitalize off those mistakes.
He isn't a fighter who thrives on chaos. He studies it, breaks it down, and turns it into a weapon. He doesn't chase the spotlight. He constructs it one jab, one feint, one read at a time. This isn't arrogance. It's the calm of someone who understands the cost of perfection. And as gym lights flicker over his sweat-soaked frame, it's clear Shakur isn't training for headlines, he's training for legacy.
Ready to go? We about to fuck Tio up.
We lock in.
Cameras inside SS Evolution capture something raw, rarely seen, even at boxing's highest level. The footage opens at dawn with Shakur sprinting uphill, lungs burning. Gravel crunching beneath each step, breath growing heavier with every stride. He isn't chasing speed, he's chasing perfection. Then it shifts to the gym, endless shadow boxing. Every punch delivered with surgical intent, footwork, drills repeated until his calves scream and his form never slipped. Rounds of sparring push him past exhaustion, not because he has to, but because he chooses to. Every drop of sweat, every strained breath is an investment paying for control he'll need when Lopez starts throwing bombs. Trainers described this version of Shakur as relentless yet precise. Each session is designed around sustained intensity, not flashes, not moments, but pressure that never disappears.
Work hard, sacrifices, discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro.
Training to dismantle Lopez not with raw power, but with pace. A rhythm so suffocating no opponent can keep up. One coach summed it up perfectly: we're not building a sprinter. We're building a machine, one that never slows down. Watching Shakur mid-drill, eyes empty, jaw tight, it's clear his mind isn't on fame critics or rankings. It's locked on Teofimo Lopez. Every rep feels personal. Every punch is a statement. Still, there's one variable even Shakur must respect: Lopez himself. Explosive, emotional, unpredictable. The kind of fighter who can shatter plans with a single counter. And while Stevenson says there's no scenario where Lopez beats him, even those closest to him remain cautiously aware of the danger.
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair.
Keyshawn Davis, one of Shakur's closest friends, told Ring Magazine, "I see Shakur winning early, but I think Teofimo starts picking it up. He'll try to impose his will." That remark sparked quiet discussions in gyms nationwide. Because if someone that close sees danger, what does Lopez see? That tension is a kind that pushes fighters to their edge. When even your inner circle questions the late rounds, every session becomes a message. And Shakur's message is clear: he isn't training to match Lopez's pace. He's training to suffocate it, to drain the explosiveness and strip it of meaning. Because when chaos collides with control, only one style survives.
It's going to be a chess game inside that ring because Teofimo Lopez is a tremendous athlete. I've seen him personally, seen him with both eyes. The way he trains, the way his abilities to do different things inside the ring is abnormal. But you got Shakur Stevenson, the best fighter defensive-wise out there. So it's going to be an interesting one.
In boxing, every big fight eventually gets called a chess match. But when Oscar Valdez says it carries weight, a former champion, he knows the difference between raw aggression and calculated brilliance. Teofimo's athleticism is abnormal, Valdez noted, but Shakur's defense is unmatched. This fight is 50-50. That analysis shows how razor-thin the matchup is. On one side, Lopez, explosive, emotional, unpredictable, a fighter who thrives in the split second between danger and disaster.
Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go, baby. There you go. There you go, baby. There you go. Throw that right hand over here. There you go, like that.
On the other side, Stevenson, calm, methodical, patient. He studies opponents like a grandmaster studies a chessboard, always one step ahead, always calculating, never rushed.
Really, honestly, I look at it 50-50, and I try to be neutral when it comes to not being biased because I am friends with Teofimo, and I have a good relationship with Shakur Stevenson. To being that we step in the ring, got nothing but respect for both fighters. But looking at it as a neutral fighter, just being focused on both fights, I see it 50-50.
Valdez didn't take sides, and that might be the most honest view. Both fighters enter this bout with something to prove. For Teofimo, it's redemption, silencing doubts about his focused mental toughness and consistency. For Shakur, it's validation, showing that skill can overcome raw power. Valdez captured it best. This isn't a brawl, it's a battle of wills in boxing's disguise. Both match intensity, but their styles differ sharply. One thrives on chaos, the other imposes control. When the bell rings, it won't be about who hits harder, it will be about who deciphers the fight first. In a matchup like this, every microsecond, every misstep, every breath can decide everything.
Now, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
When Floyd Mayweather talks boxing IQ, the sport pays attention. On Shakur Stevenson, his words were clear: the hardest hitter at 135 is Gavani, but the most skilled, hands down, Shakur Stevenson. From one of the most offensively gifted fighters, ever, it's more than praise, it's a torch being passed.
It's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level.
Floyd sees in Shakur what he once saw in himself: discipline, composure, the ability to win rounds while taking minimal punishment. He even likened Stevenson to Pernell Whitaker, a defensive genius who punished mistakes with surgical precision. Like Whitaker, Shakur doesn't need knockouts. His weapon is patience, his style, control. Mayweather's praise reflects what trainers have long whispered: Stevenson embodies the evolution of modern defense. He doesn't just block, he redirects. He doesn't just avoid danger, he studies it. And that's exactly what he's perfecting this camp. The art of controlled destruction.
I'm competitive, bro, so it's like I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. And I thought it was cool, so it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against.
Behind the calm interviews and soft-spoken confidence lies a fighter who's mastered the mental game. He isn't chasing knockouts, he's chasing mastery. As Floyd said, it's all about skills. In the final weeks of camp, insiders report there's no slowing down. While most tapers Shakur ramps up shorter, sharper sessions, pure intensity, zero wasted energy. No media, no theatrics, phones down, cameras. Off only the sound of gloves, slicing air. Every night practice ends with one mantra, shock the world. More than motivation, it's ritual, a constant reminder of what this camp is truly about. First uphill sprint to the final tape wrap. One truth stands out this fight isn't about belts or bragging rights, it's about discipline overcoming chaos. Shakur's camp isn't training to react, they're training to dictate. Every combination, slip, and counter is meant to frustrate Lopez, to erode his confidence one exchange at a time. As one coach put it, Shakur isn't preparing for a war, it's preparing to control it. This is the most dangerous version of Stevenson, yet not the cautious technician we've seen before, but a fighter willing to press, take risks, and own the fight. Newark's message is clear. This brutal camp has forged a new beast. This is a Shakur Stevenson fans have been waiting to see ruthless, relentless reborn. A fighter reshaped by pain, discipline, and precision. Teofimo Lopez brings undeniable danger. One explosive punch can change everything. But Shakur brings evolution. As one coach said, Shakur isn't training to survive, he's training to dominate. That's what makes this fight magnetic. It's not just two men in the ring, it's chaos versus control, fury versus focus. Will Shakur's brutal new version finally neutralize Lopez's aggression? Will Teofimo's raw power rewrite the story? Drop your thoughts below. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of obsessions, and only one walks out unscathed. For the latest in boxing news, highlights, and events, subscribe to BW Today and turn on notifications. Don't miss out on top content, and be sure to check out our other videos.